Alright. Hey, it's another thing of talking about stuff and stuff with things, and we're talking, and this is gonna be the thing. YuYu
Yeah,
Hakusho, Dark Tournament. Kind of a weird
we are.
separation because we normally talk about full shows or movies, but like this is a specific arc in a TV show.
Yeah, so we watched the live action Yu Yu Hakusho, and it kind of abridges the first arc of the anime, cuts down on the episode Monster of the Week formula for a bit, and compacts it. And yeah, and Oz has said that he never watched Dark Tournament arc, so I'm like, the Dark Tournament arc is critically acclaimed as one of the best tournament arcs in anime. Would you say that the Dark Tournament arc lives up to its name?
I'd say so. I definitely would say it is like the best tournament arc because it is incredibly solid. It concludes in an actual tournament fight instead of just like, oh, the tournament's been disrupted. And I mean, it does like the best things that tournament arcs do, where it's like, hey, look, here's a character from this world, but they're weird and they got this power, you know?
That's pretty weird.
That's pretty weird. Why is that? Oh, it's this. Like, actually, you know, anyone who's watched a Dragon Ball,
Or any kind
uh,
of shonen at all.
any shonen, they love it because it's like, hey, I got an idea for a weird character power, but I don't know where to put it. Let's do a tournament arc. But I do have to say that this specific dark tournament um, does a really good job of introducing side characters that actually end up helping in a number of ways, while also having their own weird little gimmick to them.
Yeah, I also appreciate that like each fight is different. No fight is exactly the same because they only fight with a full team like twice in the tournaments,
That is true,
save the
actually,
finals.
because they fight their matches, and then you will have like the big rival team, which is Team Togoro, uh,
Goro.
Togoro, show up every once in a while and have their fight and be like, oh, look how strong they are. So the whole reason why this is even taking place, because I was under the impression I've never seen Yu Yu Hakusho the anime. Uh, as Brand mentioned, watched the live action, and I'm like, yeah, I'll watch the live action. Just got off of watching the live action of One Piece, and I liked it while not having seen the One Piece anime. So watch the live action Yu Yu Hakusho. Some of the characters from the tournament apparently show up in the live action when they're not there initially, like Bowie and what's his face, the other guy. But
Yeah, so how the live action anime kind of ends is they go to the island to rescue Yukina, and then they cut the very end of the Dark Tournament arc and they plaster it onto that arc.
interesting. So like when Togoro powers up, is he not powering up the same way in the original show?
In the live action, he goes the full 100%,
Ah,
but in the anime, he has his brother transform into a sword, and then he fights Kuwabara and gets stabbed by Kuwabara.
okay, gotcha. Because yeah, the whole reason the tournament arc happens is Togoro's like, "Oh, you're pretty strong, uh, Urameshi. Uh, there's a tournament going on, and I want you to be in it. And if you're not in it, I'm gonna kill everyone you love. So see you there, bud." And then we later come to find out that this tournament has been something Togoro has been in before, along with his brother and along with the mentor of the main crew of characters,
Genkai.
Genkai, the old lady. I have a picture of her somewhere. Not that, nor that. I don't have a picture of her. Anyway, old lady mentor character. and we come to find out that Toguro originally, the villain, he's the guy with the sunglasses. You're not familiar. Him and Genkai originally, many years ago, were a team fighting demons, and they participated in this tournament arc. And you're given basically a wish when you win, and his wish was to be basically as strong as a demon, and
I
to
wanted to never age and to always and to be the strongest.
yes, which split Genkai and him for many years, and it's sort of a proxy battle of sorts in a way between the two of them until the end. But overall, as far as the tournament part of it goes, it's pretty good because you get a lot of cool, interesting powers, a lot of cool, interesting B characters. The Australian guy, I forget his name. Chu's pretty good. Because
when they had the knife edge death match.
Yes. Where you have like, oh, this character, they're honorable, so they'll be spared to death, but they'll be, knocked out of the ring. This character is a absolute bastard, so he has to die.
This you have Shu and Riku, the kid, the yo-yos, and then the Australian. Then the next team is Dr. Ichigaki that has possessed like an entire team of fighters to fight for him.
Yes. Now I'm going to
he's gotta die.
Do a risky Google image search here for a character, and we're gonna hope. Okay, good.
Are we looking for Ruka?
Maybe whoever that is.
The nurse that asked Kie and the masked fighter to step into the healing tent.
No, I was actually looking up the Dark Tournament announcer girl because I found her character funny.
Oh yeah, the announcer. The announcer's great.
So this whole tournament is put on both by humans and by demons because there's I actually find the world of I find the world of YuYu Hakusho very interesting, where it's like the super wealthy know about demons, and they just like use them as bodyguards, or they bet on fights with them, and other stuff like that. It's very kind of pedestrian about like the way that demons are treated, where it's like, oh yeah, if you know, you know. But most people can't see them or interact with them, so the general population doesn't know they exist. It's very interesting. But yes, so it's put on by the Dark Tournament Committee, and it's bet on by the uber wealthy of the human world. And it takes place on an island, so
Hangman Island.
Yes.
And
when it comes to wealthy people's islands, that's not the worst outcome. So
true.
But yeah, so they have this tournament of demons and humans that can see and fight demons, fighting for a wish, basically.
And also, Togoro's sponsor Sakio is in this. It brought Yusuke's team into the Dark Tournament to be the dark horse, so he can bet on Yusuke and his group winning, and everyone will bet against him, so he gets even more money. Why? So he can open a tunnel to the demon world.
Yes, and that sponsor, that's the guy with that's the main villain who is also in leagues with the Toguro team, but he's like he knows that Toguro wants to lose. That was the whole thing, right? Well, not well.
No, he knows that he wants to fight Yusuke,
but he didn't know that he wants to lose, right?
Right. And also, it's kind of like I don't think he necessarily wanted to lose. The whole thing with him and Toguro, I felt was like a reinforcement of did I choose the right thing? Yusuke will be effectively me at that age, and if he's able to beat me, then I was wrong. But if I'm able to beat him, then we, like Jetstream Sam says, on to our next atrocity.
Actually, that's a good way of putting it because it's like he doesn't want to lose. Like he doesn't want to get in the ring and just go like, "Ah, I've lost." He's like, "I want to go. I want to go 100%. I want to." He
I
wants
got
to use my 100% of my power in this fight.
I got this demon body, and ever since I got this demon body, I've not been able to go all out. I want to go all out, man.
I want to go all out, and if it means that, and I want to go out with an opponent that's worth it and will like actually, you know, put in a good fight. And if I lose to an opponent after I go 100% all out, after I basically sold my soul for this power, then oopsie doopsie, I made a big mistake. But if I succeed, well, hey, it was good payoff.
Which, by the way, how did you feel about the final fight between him and Yusuke?
It was pretty good. It's pretty. The Dark. So here's another thing with the Dark Tournament. Dark Tournament. It's a lot of the audience is demons. They come to watch their demons fight humans, which is why I was bringing up the picture of the announcer because I found her character very funny. She's a demon. She's very like chipper and upbeat. She's like, "Yeah, I love Moto."
Oh man, Kurama just got walloped right in the face. Oh man, he's bleeding so much out of his nose. Man, that's so cool.
Yeah. Now that's the type of gruesome fighting you came to the Dark Tournament for. You know, like I just
The
find
odd,
her character very funny.
she's super into it.
Well, kids like she's still a demon, even though she's got like a cute fox girl. But she's like, yeah, hell yeah, Moto. But man, the Dark Tournament is a rough thing to watch because people die in the Dark Tournament's audience like all the time. It'll be like, oh, this beam just missed and just took out the stand. And especially during the final fight with Toguro versus Urameshi, Togoro's just like, yeah, I just am gonna start absorbing the souls of people in the arena. It's very funny.
So cool. And then Urameshi just having that mental block of not being able to go all out, and then he's uh Taguro is like, all right, Urameshi, I guess I gotta kill one of your friends. Who's it gonna be? Kuwabara, you're up.
Yes, and funny enough, he spoilers does not
Well,
actually.
first off, Kuwabara steps up and is like, yeah, I'll do it.
Kuwabara is such a real one.
I'm gonna die on my feet like a man. And then he gets one-shotted by Taguro.
Yes, which not surprising. However, he does not actually die, which is interesting because Toguro is actually a very complex character. I quite like him because he doesn't kill Kuwabara. He does pretend to basically pull his heart out in a way, but even Kuwabara's like, yeah, he could have just killed me if he really wanted to, but he seemed to let me live.
I do find it so funny that he does that to Kuwabara, and then Kuwabara is like, turns around and is like, Kurama, just pretend like I got killed.
Yeah.
It'll give Urameshi the boost.
Oh, and you also get the support cast of Urameshi and Kurama had his whole thing with the demon stuff. But best part of tournament arc is that you get like the side characters able to actually like utilize their powers fully as well in one-on-ones, and especially in ways that you might not have like expected. So, like Kurama.
Kurama?
Yes, where it's like so Kurama's whole thing is that he was a demon, like full-on demon, and ended up possessing a fetus to escape being hunted as a demon. Grew up as a demon possessed child, basically, until he became sort of like the hybrid thing he is today. Right? That's a good way of putting it.
He basically he took possession of the fetus, and then as he was born, he was born.
Right.
As a human.
Right. Reincarnated would be like a way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, reincarnated as a human. But he faces an opponent who's like, haha, I have a secret juice that I've turned into a gas for this arena. And it's going to turn anyone in this arena into a baby. Now I'll win because I'll be fighting a baby. And it's like, oh, it reverted Kurama to his demon form. And he's absolutely overpowered in his full-on demon form. Whoops. And then, actually, I really like that arc as well. Because the whole reason he got the special gas that turned Kurama into a baby is that the guy that was leading the team was specialized in, like funny little magical artifacts and tools, right? And then after they beat him, he's like, "Hey, Omeshi's team, you guys are cool. Here's some of the stuff I've been working on. You guys can have it for when you fight Toguro."
Yeah, and he gives the elixir and the trial sword.
Yes. The sword goes to Kurobara, and he uses it as a big tennis racket to squish the weird
Makes
younger.
the spirit fly swatter.
Yes, the younger Toguro brother.
The
Who-
older Toguro brother.
Older Toguro, sorry. Yes, the older one is the smaller one. Which I also like at the final fight when the older Toguro brother was like gotten away. Like younger Togoro's just like get out of the way and just like kills him. Which he doesn't turn
He's
out
like,
to
"Nah."
actually kill him. Spoilers, because we continued the arc afterwards. But
He basically killed him.
he intended to kill him. But yeah, and you have like the whole stuff with Genkai and Toguro, which is very good because it's like they were friends slash maybe more than friends back in the day, and Toguro gave up the path of righteousness after all of his students were killed by a demon, and he didn't want to be weak anymore. So he basically sold himself to become a demon. And now it definitely kind of seems like he regrets it in his actions. Maybe not regrets it, questions it, whether it's the right decision.
I think he feels more like, what I chose was the wrong path. Oh well, I guess I'm going to hell. I'm gonna assign myself to hell.
To be fair, that's the end of the arc, which I quite liked. When he dies and he's defeated by Urameshi and goes to the afterlife.
Spirit world.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, well, you did do some good stuff in your life, so we can send you to, not super bad afterlife because you did, did do some good when you were a demon hunter back in the old days with Genkai. And he's like, send me to hell. It's like, oh, okay, damn, kind of real for that. I'm not gonna lie.
And then him and Genkai have that little final discussion before he goes into purgatory.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I also liked the rest of Tagoro's team, where like Bui and the other guy, where it's like they will let Tagoro basically let them live to be like get stronger so you can defeat me, and then kind of brings them along for their time in the tournament, and they got their own little arcs going on. Bui lives, which is peak. I love him. He's a guy in the armor.
Oh yeah, he's a lot better in the armor though.
Yes, like once he takes the armor off, it's like oh, which to be fair usually happens.
By the way, that fight between him and Hiei was beautifully animated.
Oh yeah, and even like the main like capitalist villain guy, the Uber gambler who wants to use the winnings to make a demon
Akio.
tunnel. Yes, to make a demon hyperloop into the afterlife. He's like, for this last bet, I'm gonna put my own life on the line. Oh, I lost. All right, well, I guess I'll die. Fair is fair. And it's like, okay, fair enough.
And then he had that little. You can see that he has good in his heart because he does help Kuwabara's sister escape from security.
I wish I had that line of like when Kuwabara's first fight, and it's Kuwabara's sister and the rest of the girls who are just in the audience, They're like, what do we do? And it's like, well, can't do anything. Kuwabara lives, he lives. He doesn't, he doesn't. It's just like, man. Does not give a fuck.
And
But
then Kuwabara starts to get hit, and she's like, "Bro, no."
yeah. She's pretty. She wasn't really. I don't remember her much in the live action. I'm pretty sure she was there, but.
She wasn't in the live action.
Oh, she wasn't? Like at all?
Not at all.
Damn. I kind of want to. Well, we'll talk about that later. It's like, would it be worth it to go back and watch the anime from the beginning?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I mean, like, it's just like a lot of fun world building because you get like these minor characters and they have their own thing going on. There's the Irish Jin, basically. He's got wind powers. The ice guy, and it's like they start out as rivals slash opponents, but they turn out to be kind of cool with it. So they get to live and cheer on the main team as they go through.
By the way, what did you think of Yusuke's training arc in that?
I think that was kind of the weakest part. Because it's kind of weird that they're like, oh, we got like this little soul gremlin, right? And it's like, that's cool, I guess. I don't really know how that helps all that much. And then he just kind of goes into a cave and screams for a long time. The spirit
Yeah.
shackles were kind of neat, but it was a little odd that it was like, oh, it's the spirit shackles you got at the beginning of your training. You remember, right? And it's like, you didn't show that. But
Yeah, but yeah.
yeah, I thought that was
There's
kind of the weakest part of the entire thing.
that's fair. There is some pretty good solid fights in this.
There is. I think the fights were great. Characters were honestly my favorite part. Like, I maybe maybe it's just because of the fact that mostly I watched the live action for the intro part, but Toguro was just like a villain, and then it turned out, oh wait, he has depth. That's crazy. Same with like
What,
Gang.
you mean the big muscle guy has more than just big muscles? Damn.
He gets some really big muscles though.
It's like shoulder pads of
It's
muscle.
it's follows Warhammer logic of the bigger the shoulders, the stronger. You know, and he gets some really big shoulders, and also his voice and face make me laugh because it reminds me of J.C. Denton.
Yeah, I can hear it.
How dare
Which,
you
by the way, we're
trash
watching
talk the
the dub,
greatest democracy the world has ever known?
and the dub is really good.
Just in general, the animation. Well, yeah, dub is very good. It's got a lot of like Dragon Ball alumni. It's a little weird to hear Genkai talk and be like, "That's just Frieza," or Vegeta being Kuwabara, being such a slapstick, goofy guy.
Or
And
hearing Goku as a demon that's like, "Oh yes, I'm gonna steal your skin."
yeah,
Cool about Kurama, I got your mother. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill her.
yeah. Like as far as I bring this up. I definitely brought this up when we were talking about it, but I don't know if I have brought it up in previous videos. But the author Ursula Le Guin, she had a concept called the tower in the net. It's basically the main character climbs a tower, and the higher they get in the tower, the greater the stakes. Because what if they fall, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
sometimes they do fall, but they have a net to catch them, which is their friends and their allies. So they keep climbing the tower. Oh, they fell, but they were caught. Climb it again. Oh no, this time the net is smaller because we had complications with our friend and they're not there to help us this time. What are we gonna do? We're gonna add a new person to help us with the net. Oh, I fell and they helped catch me. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's basically an escalation and growth of characters. And I this like followed it like perfectly. But it's like
Yeah,
escalating stakes. Oh, this person
and
has helped us.
and the stakes actually feel real. Like, spoilers, but when Genkai dies like right before the finals, it kind of feels real.
It did feel real, and this
I was
goes
gonna
into
lead
the
into my
arc.
next question.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask like, how did you feel about Genkai dying, but also being brought back at the very end?
So like when it was like, oh, she's dead, and it's like, damn, that does suck. And then it's like, oh, well, she can talk through, the phobia that um Urameshi gets. It's like, okay, that's
Yeah.
fair because she's not dead. She's in like purgatory while she waits getting sorted into the afterlife, and then she
Waiting
has
for
that.
Quema back to come back to sign the paperwork.
Yeah. So and then she gets that talk with Toguro, and that's really solid while he goes off to hell. And then it's like, oh, she's in the next arc. We find out, nah, she's alive. And I'm like, oh, it's fine, I guess.
I mean, to be fair, they showed her at the very end of the Dark Tournament arc, where it's like normally the committee gives the winning team, the wish, but Koenma is gonna have to step in this time to give the wish.
Yeah, I get
And
it.
everyone's kind of together is like, yeah, we kind of want Genkai back.
Yeah, it's true. I guess it's fine. I feel like could have just had a different character for the other parts of the arc. Like, why not have the Australian guy be Genkai in the arc we're watching right now? You know,
But also, Genkai is a really good character,
she
and
is,
it would kind of suck to not have her around.
but also like she's like, I'm old. I'm old and I want to be over with it. But I guess I gotta save the world again. It's like, fine. It's fine. I just do kind of wish it ended there, but it's fine.
I feel like it's kind of like she dies as the mentor, but she lives on as the side character.
Okay, I could see that because she's no longer like mentoring Urameshi much. She's mentoring another group, which I think is cool. I do think that part is cool. Where she's like, I got a second group of people. They'll help
Yeah.
because it's the end of the world, but like, I'm teaching them. Like that's cool. That is cool. But eh. What was your favorite fighter in the Dark Tournament arc?
Uh, it's got to be Toguro.
True, Togoro's really good.
Toguro is just got that early 2000s aesthetic of just big jackets, black clothes, sunglasses.
Yeah,
Hard to beat.
Boy in the armor is really cool. I love the fact that like when he summons his axe and he grabs it, he becomes so heavy he cracks the arena, but he just keeps standing up straight. I love things that are super heavy and then when used, it just like breaks the ground.
I also really like the fight with Hiei taking on like three of the fighters in a row, and that big guy he's fighting at the very beginning. They're like, all right, combatants ready, go. And Hiei just does like a little flash of his hand, and he's like, I've already made my first move. What? You've already made your first move? What do you mean? Look at your hand. I've got your hand.
Yeah. Yeah, also had some cool stuff going on. He's not my favorite of the group. I mean, technically, he would probably be considered my least favorite, but I don't think he's bad. He's just like the angsty guy.
He's the prototypical I don't care feelings. What about feelings? Oh, but actually my sister though. I hope she's okay.
Yes, I'm gonna summon my dark dragon power that eats up my arm.
Dragon of the Darkness Flame.
I did find that really cool. With just he just hits that guy and he's just a shadow on the wall.
Yeah. How do you feel about the Kuwabara Yukina Hiei dynamic?
Kuwabara and Yukina don't really interact that much in the stuff I've seen. It's been like that's like 60 to 70 episodes right now, right? Well, probably more like 50. But like they haven't really interacted all that much. It's just kind of Kuwabara going, Yukina's here. Oh, that's a terrible
Power
Kuwabara
up.
accent, but like they don't interact all that much, which is unfortunate. I would I think that would be funny if they all interacted in the same area.
Oh yeah.
I do also
Also,
like Kuwabara's whole thing where it's like, why do they keep leaving Kuwabara out of stuff? Why didn't they tell him Genkai died? He's like, Genkai's sick, and he's like, oh, okay. And it's like 2 days later, and he's like, can we get like Genkai to help us? No, she's still sick. It's like
and then the
actually
younger
she's dead.
Suguro like, "Oh, we actually killed her."
Yeah. He's like, what the hell? Why didn't you tell me that?
Sorry, man. Just didn't want you to worry about it.
Didn't want to mess with your mental. Which fair, I guess, but also like, come on. Come on. It is also funny that this is YuYu Hakusho Spirit Detective, and it's 45 episodes, you said, or something like that, of tournament arc where he does no detecting.
Hey, it's all one big case of why does the girl want to fight us?
I guess that's true. We find the answer to that. But it is really funny that it's just like Spirit Detective. Anyway, tournament arc. What if Sherlock Holmes was in a tournament arc?
But would you say that this is the best tournament arc that you have ever seen? Where would you rank this in your pantheon of tournament arcs?
I haven't seen a lot of tournament arcs though. I've only maybe seen like 5.
But out of those 5,
Out of those 5, yeah, I would say that would definitely be the best, followed by like the entirety of G Gundam. And then what other tournament arcs have I seen?
you got the My Hero Academia sports tournaments, sports festival thing. You got the tuning exams in Naruto.
Never seen the tuning exams.
Man,
Listen, I'm sure Naruto is great.
if
But
this video gets 100 likes, we will watch the tuning exams.
sure.
I will make Oz watch all of the Zabuza arc and the tuning exams.
Whatever any of that means.
But only if we get to 100 likes.
Oh, exactly. Watching Naruto for less than 100 likes. What other tournament arcs are there? Does the pod racing section of Phantom Menace count as a tournament arc?
Yeah, sure, that counts. There's also the Dragon Ball Z tournaments.
Yeah, I don't remember much of those though, to be honest. It's been a while since I've seen Dragon Ball in any form. So I would say this is first. Zoid's New Century is second. It's all a tournament arc, in a way.
Yeah.
G Gundam, the pod racing section from Phantom Menace, I guess.
Girls and Panzer.
Oh fuck, that is a tournament arc.
Does Yu Yu Hakusho beats Girls on Panzer?
Girls and Panzer like Z targets my autism though, so like that's hard. But it's pretty good. It's a neck and neck race between that New Century and the Yu Yu Hakusho tournament arc. And then like I don't know, My Hero is like in there, and then I don't remember the Dragon Ball Z ones, but that's in there somewhere too.
Well, what?
I was gonna say, is there any other tournament arcs? I can't think of any.
You got the ones from Dragon Ball Z. There's some other ones I can name, but I know you haven't seen them, like the Baki tournaments, the King and Ashura tournament.
No. But then yeah, I guess so. I guess it would be my favorite. Pretty good. Ironically, Girls in Panzer follows a lot of the same. Does Fate count as a tournament arc?
Nah. I mean, it kind of does, but nah.
Does it not though? It's a tournament for the Holy Grail. Fate Zero, at
It's
least.
not. It's not. It's not a tournament arc because a tournament arc requires that you have at least like an announcer and a ring.
There is a ring for Fate Zero.
You know what I mean.
I guess. Then, yes, I would say this is one of my favorites. But like as I was saying, ironically, a lot of the way Girls in Panzer plays out follows the same reasons why I like this show. So do with that what you will, I guess. Anyway, that is YuYu Hakusho yapping about the tournament arc. I liked it.
Yeah, and we're like about 2/3 of the way through Chapter Black, and we'll talk about that when we're finished with that.
Yeah, all right. Well, that was that. I guess we all won the tournament of this.
The real dark tournament was the friends we made along the way.
Blue, actually. And unlike Genkai, I'm dead forever.